Okay, so this was my third time working on this morning, so you can tell what kind of a morning we've been having. But we're trying to make the white chocolate candy crunch. So everybody has lots of different names for it, but in this bowl we have our Crispix, about 8 cups. In this bowl we have our peanuts, which we want to put our Crispix in first because those are lightest, and then typically I would put the peanuts and the M&Ms on top. But I want to show you real quick, we're just going to kind of crunch up the pretzels. So you're going to use about, normally I would use sticks, but I had this bag open, so I went ahead and just finished with this bag. So we're just going to crunch these up. I don't want tiny pieces because we'll break them up even as we go, as we put it on. But we're going to kind of pour that in there. Stir this white chocolate. Now, white chocolate is super finicky. So I mentioned yesterday I was going to use the double broiler. Well, let me tell you, that didn't work out for us. In fact, we were about to try just putting it in the microwave. Okay, I'm going to turn this off because we are melted. White chocolate has a different consistency. It's a different chemical makeup. So it will burn. It wants to burn more quickly. So you just have to be real careful. And then we have to put the M&Ms. Now, the balance is for the chocolate the same we did yesterday with the puppy chow. If it's too hot, if it's too liquidy, we're just going to pour that whole thing in. Give it a little bit of a stir. It will end up creating a mess, okay? So, because what will happen is if it's too much of a liquid, it'll melt the M&Ms and it'll kind of make your cereal soggy. So not necessarily what we want. Alright, so we're going to pour this. It's not pouring exactly like I would want. Which I'm not going to lie, this is kind of what happens when we use white chocolate. I probably should have put this back on the heat for just a little bit longer. But I'm starting to give up on this today because it's making me crazy. Okay, and then we're just going to stir it. So to do this, and I've seen people do this a couple different ways. I have my pan here ready to go, which I put aluminum foil on it, and then I sprayed it with cooking spray. And I have seen people pour all of their toppings on there and then pour the melted chocolate on, which might be a little bit less. I guess that would kind of save you a dish, is the reason that would be a good option. But because I usually do 2 trays, then I feel like you'd have to get it into nice even piles. Now, if our chocolate were a little bit more melted, this would be easy. But notice too, I'm just using my big trusty bowl again. I'm really just trying to coat everything in the white chocolate. It's going to end up being like a candy bar. But if you really don't mix it up really well, you'll have big clumps. Can you guys see that? There's a big clump right there. Again, not super aggressive, not violent. We're just kind of stirring this up. Now, when you make this, it's truly sweet, definitely a treat. When we make this in class, I always say, because it makes a full tray, and I always say just keep in mind, your goal is not to eat all of it. You just want to try it, just a little bit of a taste, because you will get a bellyache. It's a lot of sugar, okay? I use Crispix for this. Someone had recommended that to me a long time ago, and I honestly think that seems to work the best. But if you wanted to try something else, you could too. Now, today, Ken's is here with me again. I wasn't sure if she was going to come on or not. But one thing to kind of keep in mind with the white chocolate, and I want to show you this. I want to coat this before it gets too hard, which is why I'm kind of trying to finish that up. If you can kind of see, originally I had said I was going to use a double boiler. I can't let that get hard. If it gets hard, it's just going to be one big bowl. But see our double boiler? So we put our water in the bottom and then our melting chocolate on the top. I think actually that'll still work. So I might go ahead, I might pour that chocolate into a pan and try to get that. I'll just make another batch of this. Lots of people here, I'm sure someone will take it. But you can kind of see, I don't like mixing it too much because I don't want my M&Ms. I don't like when they melt, when they kind of run. And they're just starting to do that. All right, but perfect. As long as this is liquid, and sticky and movable, you're okay. Then you're going to spread it out on the tray, and it will harden and kind of set up, which is what you want. And it's like a bar. And then we'll just take, and you'll just, the reason I use the foil is so then you can stick your fingers, my fingers are super messy. You can stick your fingers under it, and then you can pop it right out in whatever size pieces you would like to use. So, I can just kind of show you. And I do spray the pan. This will make 2 trays. When I put it on, I'm just going to kind of flatten it down. Set that there. You don't want it to kind of go by itself. You just kind of want to set it with other stuff. And then let me show you. Remember, when you spray, hold your pan upright over a counter, over the trash. The spray is sticky. And then we'll pour this out. However thick you want it, that's kind of up to you, to be honest. If you like really thick pieces, that would be okay. If you want them to be a little bit thinner, then that would be okay too. Oh, I'm blocking you with my bowl. Move that over. Okay. And then we're just going to kind of push it down. Now that I have all of it on the tray, I don't necessarily have to worry so much. And then we'll just set that there, and that'll harden up probably, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. You can see it's already starting to harden. We'll just kind of go back through, and then we're done. You just kind of pop it out, and then you're good to go. Definitely a treat. But okay, I love white chocolate. You guys know I do, so some of you don't. But I hope you guys are doing great and staying healthy and happy, and I will see you soon. Bye, guys.